After the Target Series took a little break while the Cup Series went to Martinsville, we're now back at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Target Series for the running of the Mountain Dew 300. A nice, clear, sunny day here at Atlanta. We're going to get set to go racing, but first let's look at our starting lineup. On the pole, we have Luke Rainey. 2 is outside, it's Julius Anderson. Then third, you have Jake Jefferson. 4th, Michael Canto. Tim Randolph running out the top 5. Then Alex Stewart in 6th. Levi Schoen 7th. 8th, JT Hanley. 9th, Jeff Smito running out the top 10. Alexander Rowe. Then last race winner in the Target Series, Tyler Lyman, your last season's champion as well. Joe Sandroge, 2 is outside. Then Mason Hayward and Joe Jefferson. Trey Rainey and Jason Larker. Then Eli Bright and Kyle Hunter. Then Riley Spurley to Jonathan Buford. Colton Yo, Jim Gambit. Jake West, Phoenix winner Steve Larker. Code Luigi and John Gambit. Tim Gary, Derek Hamill. Then Patrick Smith, your points leader, and Brayson Collins, your all-club race winner. Robert Hernandez, Jason Smito Jr., the guy who dominated Bristol, Marcus Sachi and Max Anderson. Then Carter Friesen, Justin Heath Daytona winner. Isaac Nichols, Jeff Bright. TJ Hanley, Jake Gambit. And rounding out the field of 42 cars is Jake Richardson and Evan Hunter on row number 21. So that's 21 rows, 42 cars. Gonna get set to go green here, but first we have to go down and hear the command. That's 42 cars roaring to life here this afternoon. Luke Rainey and Julius Anderson going to be on the front row for the Mountain Dew 300 at Atlanta. In the past, this race has been one wild race. We've seen faux finishes here, big crashes. We saw the leaders wreck last season, battling for the win as the caution came out, trying to race back to the line to get there first. They crashed with the lap car. So anything can happen, and you got 30 laps to try and get up to the front and win. Also got to avoid some crashes. 3 wide works here, 4 wide does not work. So the pace car in 30 laps, as I mentioned, the Mountain Dew 300 about to go green. Luke Rainey and Julius Anderson on the front row to take the green flag. It's out. We are racing in the Mountain Dew 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Luke Rainey got a great jump as they come down the back straightaway. Allowed Julius Anderson to get in line in front of Jay Jefferson. Now Jefferson will peak low as he got a big run off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And off of 4 to lead lap number 1, it's gonna be Luke Rainey from the pole position to lead lap 1. But Jay Jefferson is trying to hunt him down as they enter turn 1 for the second time here this afternoon. And the first time at full speed they will hit turn 1. Jay Jefferson onto the back bumper of Luke Rainey. He's going to look underneath him as they come off turn number 2. He has a little bit of a run. He gets to the quarter panel, side drafts him down the back straightaway. And Jefferson couldn't get beside Luke Rainey. Rainey's going to keep that lead for now. Jeff Smito moves into the 3rd position. So right now you got Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford. That might change now as Jeff Smito, that 41 Ford Mustang, to the bottom of Jay Jefferson, his number 1 Chevrolet Impala. And Smito with a big run. He's going to get to the race lead right here off turn number 2. Great move there by Smito to get 2 for 1 as they come down the back straightaway. Jason Larker there on the bottom lane. Riley Spurley gets to the bottom lane in that 70 car. As they come off turn number 4, Smito has a mirror full of Jason Larker. Now he has an inside full of Jason Larker. As Larker moves underneath for the position, side by side to the stripe. Smito gets it, but Larker will take it into turn 1. They're going 3 wide back there. Actually sliding up. Mason Hayward not using the bottom of the track and actually almost pushed Jefferson up into Luke Rainey. Luckily that did not happen. We're still green flag racing for now. Up front, Sandroge is pushing Spurley to the race lead. But now Sandroge is going to look for the race lead himself as they come off turn number 4 to the front straightaway. And to the stripe, Spurley leads that lap. And Sandroge, though, is going to take the race lead in 1 and 2. That car looks very strong. In fact, he's going to clear Spurley off turn number 2. He's going to slide up, give Spurley his draft, and Spurley might keep his 2nd position right here. Derek Hamill, and then his teammate, Michael Canto. So that's 2 of the 3 TriStar cars. The other one, TJ Hanley, started back in the back of the pack. So he's probably trying to make his way forward at the moment. There's Jake Gambit, that number 27 UPS Ford. The 88 is there of Jake Richardson, trying to push that 27 to the 2nd position, and possibly even he's going to go for 2nd himself now. Here comes Richardson off turn number 2. And Sandroge got out there so, he got such a big lead that no one's able to touch him once he's gotten up there. They have to stop battling for 2nd back here because it's slowing themselves down. If they get lined up, if 2 of them can get lined up, they can definitely run down that 24 car. That's not happening right now. As Tim Gary looks underneath Jake Richardson, which you have to battle for every position you can get, and they're actually catching Sandro just a little bit, so they may catch him without forming up. If Gary can clear right here, he might be able to run Sandro down, as it doesn't look like Alex Stewart has the help to get beside the 51 car. He doesn't. So now Tim Gary can try and run down Sandro, and if they get side-by-side battling, that could be bad for the competition. They're 4 wide back there, I think I just saw. They are. I think they were able to sort out. Looked like it was Jason Larker, Jay Jefferson, Mason Hayward, and Derek Hamill. They did sort out, so that was very great driving by those guys. Did not wreck. They were 4 wide for a few seconds there. Back up front to the race lead, Tim Gary underneath Sandro. Can he get by him off turn number 2 is the question. He has a nose under him right there into 3 and 4. Alex Stewart stays high with Sandrovich. And Tim Gary clears off turn number 4. And now look at the big run that the pack's going to have. Jeff Samito, Evan Hunter got a big run into this because they're balanced side by side. Sandro's trying to get down in line in second. He couldn't get it done. Back there, they're racing hard. Derek Hamill in the middle of what was almost 4 wide and what probably should have been 4 wide, but they were able to back it out of that. So Sandro is now stuck up high. Jeff Samito to second. Evan Hunter looking for third right there. They got Justin Heath behind. Joe Jefferson is there. Max Anderson is there. Luke Rainey trying to come back up to the front. Hunter now might be getting attacked by Justin Heath. No, he's going to get down line. Jeff Samito with the big run through 1 and 2. He's going to get underneath the Chevrolet of Tim Gary down the back straightaway. But he has no help down low is the problem. If he can hold it down there, just has to hold a nose. And he does do that. So the third of the way through this race this time. About to complete 10 laps. It'll be 20 to go. And out front, it's a new race leader, Jeff Samito. Justin Heath, though. Daytona, we're looking for his second win of the season. East of the bottom lane. I feel kind of spread out just a little bit more than what we're used to here. And it's really limiting the potential for a crash, which is good for the drivers. Even good for broadcasting and the racing, because this is some really good racing up at the front. Heath has taken the race lead. Joe Jefferson has gotten to the second position. Max Anderson for third. Now he's going to go for second. Robert Hernandez has been making a lot of three-wide moves going into turn 1. I saw him do it a few laps ago. He did it last lap, and he just did it this lap. That is for a top 5 spot, and he's going to take that number 28 car. Ooh, and Alex Stewart slipped into Tim Gary, almost put them both into the wall. It's Jeff Samito trying to grab third. He has Robert Hernandez by him, and Hernandez, does he make it 3 wide again down the front straightaway? Well, he's not going to have the chance to make it 3 wide, but he can make a move. Hernandez's car has been on fire lately. He's moving up to the front for third underneath Jeff Samito. Samito did get a good run, but not enough to clear that number 28. Hernandez moves up in front of Samito. The front 2 pulled away. Heath has had no challenge the last few laps as Max Anderson has just stayed right in line behind that number 23 car. But that's going to change. They're coming to halfway soon and 17 to go right here, and it's going to be getting a little antsy. Everyone's going to be on the move. 4 cars lined up here. Then you got Joe Sandro trying to pass Joe Jefferson back there. In fact, Sandro, it looks like they're getting really tight here. They're sliding up, and looks like they might cause some crashes if they're not careful, especially where they're 3 wide sliding up. Max Anderson taking a little peek on Justin Heath. He's going to get there. Side by side for the race lead. Heath still has it at the line. He has the drafting help, but now here comes Jeff Samito going with Max Anderson. Yeah, and Robert Hernandez, all that time he made up making those 3 wide moves, he might lose a lot of it right here as he's up top with Justin Heath, although he can maybe get down line right here. He does. Jeff Samito to the race lead. Joe Sandro is there halfway this time by. And at halfway, who's going to be leading? It looks like it's going to be possibly Jeff Samito, although Sandro was close. Looks like they may have just given it to Samito right there. All 42 cars still left in the race. Yes, Samito did lead at the stripe. They are still sliding up. Justin Heath slid up into Max Anderson. Robert Hernandez taking the race lead. Joe Jefferson, however, looks to his inside. Couldn't get it done right there. And where have Cole Luigi, Trey Rainey, and Jeff Bright come from? They're up into this front pack now. And we got some very distinct packs right here. This front pack of about, say, 9-10 cars up here. And then you got this pack back here trying to run them down. As you can see, this is what the field looks like where everyone is running it currently. Oh! Trey Rainey around with Code Luigi. Joe Sandrovich has damage as well. Oh! TJ Hanley nailed Trey Rainey. And some heavy damage to some of our contenders. Caution out. Robert Hernandez leads us back, so with 13 to go, the yellow comes out. And that's going to set up for a restart with under 10 laps to go. And 3-4 good cars are now damaged cars, as a wreck at the front involving Trey Rainey, Code Luigi, and Joe Sandrovich. And it collects... Okay. And it collects TJ Hanley. That was a cool spin move there. Let's see what happened to bring out that caution. We've put the tape back just a little bit farther because you can see what happens here. We talk about cars sliding up, and this is a case of that. Trey Rainey slides up, getting tight, and Jeff Bright makes it 4 wide underneath him. And then Code Luigi sliding up. And, oh, did he? No, he moves down. Oh, he just clipped Trey Rainey. And then that got Sandrovich with some Riley Spurley tube involved. And that might not look like a lot of damage, but that's some heavy damage there. And then Rainey spins it. Sandrovich avoids him, but he has a ton of damage. Same with Code Luigi. And then he comes back up the track. And then that's where TJ Hanley gets involved as he pulls back up. And Hanley flat out nails him in the rear end. And that spins Rainey up the track once again. So damage that. Trey Rainey didn't have as much damage then. And he got a lot of rear end damage for that. I don't know. Code Luigi maybe thought maybe the Spire, the 30 thought the 24 was to the outside. And kind of called Code to stay where he was. And that Trey Rainey might have called that he was only 3 wide, and that might have just been some miscommunication right there. And that's basically what I think caused that accident. So Robert Hernandez has had a fast car. He leads us back to the line, and he's going to have to deal with the restart with under 10 laps to go with some proven winners behind him. So can Robert Hernandez hold on and win, or will someone else from back in the pack win? About to enter turn 3 and 4 to come back and take the green flag with 9 laps to go. TJ Hanley and Trey Rainey have both retired from that. And then Jay Gambit, running in the top 10 under that caution, blows a header. He is now out of the race. So we have 39 cars left in the race. Some are damaged. Robert Hernandez out front trying to hold on and win. In second, you have Justin Heath. Third is Jeff Bright. Fourth, Max Anderson. And fifth is Joe Jefferson. Then Alex Stewart in sixth. Luke Rainey seventh. Jeff Samito eighth. Ninth, Tim Gary. And 10th, Derek Hamill. Who wins it? Pace car in. Robert Hernandez has a whole field of hungry drivers behind him. Down the front straightaway, they come. Great flag back in the air. We're back racing here at Atlanta. And Justin Heath with a great restart there. He's on the back bumper of Robert Hernandez. They're going 3 wide back there. Yeah, the first person to make a move was Luke Rainey, but then Jeff Samito decided to make a better move and go to the bottom of Rainey. Heath onto the back bumper. Does he make a move down the backstretch? He does. That's more to block Jeff Bright at a big run. Bright's going to stay behind Heath right here. And Justin Heath, Daytona winner, out front. You got another Daytona winner coming, Joe Jefferson, although he won the Daytona 500 in the Gatorade Cup Series. The best thing he can do besides win a championship is win the Daytona 500, and that's what Jefferson did. Now he's going to be looking to lock himself into the chase with a win here at Atlanta. As Jeff Bright clears for the race lead. Don't count out Joe Jefferson. He knows how to wheel a race car. He's cleared. He's up to second. Heath right behind him in third. That's Chevrolet 1, 2, 3. In fact, Chevrolet 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they're 3 wide. Jeff Samito, who made a bold caution out with 7 to go. Levi Shones has gone around. And with 7 to go, that's going to bring out a restart with around 3 laps to go. That's going to be an interesting restart. So first, let's see what happened to Shones to bring out caution number 2. Here they are, racing off turn number 2. Levi Shones all the way up against the wall. Mason Hayward in the 6th coming. Shones kind of comes off the wall a little bit, and Hayward just turns up and dumps Shones, it looks like. And that's a heavy hit into the inside wall right there for Levi Shones. He's had a great season thus far, and he was ahead of the points leader, Patrick Smith, who's at the back of the pack. And now he's going to be behind him with a damaged race car. Severely damaged. That's probably going to take the 38 out of this race, as that was a hard hit into the inside wall. Let's look at that in real time. Yeah, it just looks like the 6 kind of came up in turn. We'll look at a different angle of that and see if the 6 possibly did come up or if he got tired, just washed up the track. But it definitely destroyed Levi Shones' car right there. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if they had contact earlier in the race or if Shones did something that Hayward didn't like earlier in the race, but he definitely got Shones back for whatever happened, or if anything did happen, or if that was just a misjudgment. So Jeff Bright leads us back to the line. Of course, they will all stay out. And with under 5 to go, Jeff Bright's going to have to hold on in a late race restart. So here they come. Final restart of the day will come with 3 laps of racing to go. It's going to be a shootout here at Atlanta. Car out because of that is Levi Jones. Obviously, he had heavy damage, so we will hopefully have 38 cars finish the race. I said hopefully because there could still be a big one. So up front, you have Jeff Bright, season 1 champion of this series, trying to hold on and win. He's won here before. Joe Jefferson is 2nd. 3rd, Justin Heath. 4th, Tim Gary. 5th, Jeff Semito. Then you got Max Aronson in 6th. Robert Hernandez 7th. 8th, Marcus Sacchi. 9th, Jake Richardson. 10th, Derek Hamill. You have a winner right there, Marcus Sacchi, and a winner right there in Justin Heath. Those are 2 drivers that have won this season. Pace car in. Jeff Bright. When does he decide to restart this race? Green flag back in the air. Can Jeff Bright hold on? Boy, and everyone got a great start there behind Jeff Bright. They did not let him get away. But if they start battling behind like Justin Heath's doing right here, could open up the door. Heath, if he has a good enough run down the backstretch, he gets side by side with Jeff Bright. Didn't have a good enough of a run. And if they keep battling for a second behind, that could help Jeff Bright out. Come to 2 to go. And who would Jeff want to see behind him with 2 laps to go? None other than his teammate Jake Richardson, that yellow number 88. He's trying to make his way up to the front. Jeff Semito's gotten clear. It might be one-on-one right here. It might be the 5 and the 41 battling for this win. They're up against the wall again. The car's getting tight. Sacchi into the wall. And around they go behind. They saved it. No caution yet. Caution comes out. Can Jeff Bright lead his teammate back to the line and win? The caution has come out. Jeff Bright gets to the line in first. As cars got tight and we had a melee off of turn number 2. Junior Motorsports 1-2 right now. Jeff Bright leading. Jake Richardson 2nd. Is this the win Jeff Bright needs to lock himself into the Target Series Season number 4 chase? He just has to make it 2 more corners. He has to catch up to the pace car first. As cars were getting tight, tire wear was taking a toll. They went up the track, into the wall they go. Brings out this final caution. But off of turn number 4, Jeff Bright is back to victory lane in the Target Series. Jeff Bright will take the checkered flag. He won last season at Darlington. He'll win at Atlanta this season. Jeff Bright wins the Mountain Dew 300. And we saw many cars get sideways there off turn number 2. Cars were getting bumped up against the wall. And Jeff Bright was able to stay out front, hold on over his teammate Jake Richardson. He takes the checker flag to win. But first, let's see what happened to Marcus Sacchi, and then we'll see what happened behind him. It looked like JT Hanley was one of them that went around. This was a very interesting situation. We haven't seen this at all at Atlanta in the past. Cars just getting tight up top against the wall, it appears. And Luke Rainey getting tight up the track. He gets into Sacchi. Sacchi then gets into the wall. You see Kyle Hunter there rubbing up against the wall. And then Carter Freeze and JT Hanley there. I think Hanley was kind of stopping there to try and avoid. And Friesen got into the back of that 81. You can see right here. Hanley up against the 18. And then they spin around. Jason Smeo Jr., Isaac Nichols, Jake West, Tyler Lyman, last race winner, Joe Sandrovich, Koluigi got damage. Oh, he hit Jake West hard. Mason Hayward, points leader, Patrick Smith. Wow, that was a very interesting wreck. So many different things happened there. Sacchi did a great job of saving the car, and cars were just getting really tight. I don't know what it was about the tire wear this time, but cars were just getting really tight, and this is what the end result was. West up off the ground, you saw right there. And all this did was help Jeff Bright take the checkered flag at Atlanta for his first victory season number 4. Let's go and check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Mountain Dew 300 Atlanta. There were 3 caution flags for 9 laps and 10 lead changes among 8 different drivers. And Jeff Bright brings it home, the victory. He led 8 laps, started 38th. So he definitely fought his way up there. And Jake Richardson started 41st. He ends up 2nd. I'm sure he'll take that day. So close to a victory, though, to lock himself into the chase. Max Aronson ends up 3rd. He also started towards the back of the pack. Justin Mio ends up 4th, and Derek Hamill in 5th. Then Alex Stewart ends up 6th. Robert Hernandez 7th. Joe Jefferson 8th. 9th, Justin Heath. And 10th, Jim Gambit. So that's your top 20. See, Luke Rain, who started on pole, ends up 16th. He led 2 laps. He kind of fell back. Tire wear took a toll. Wasn't as much passing there at the end. He didn't really have a shot to get back up to the front. So we have another winner this season, season number 4. I believe that's our 7th winner now this season. So we're obviously going to be filling up the 12-driver chase field. So it's going to now come down to who has more wins, because number of wins is over points, and then if you have the same amount of wins as someone else, you have to be higher up there in points. So we're going to see some winners maybe try and go for it for another one, or they're going to try and get the points out of it. As you can see, many cars involved in that last caution melee, and then some drivers down here not having the days they wanted. Patrick Smith, your points leader, ends up 36th, but luckily for him, the guy right behind him in points was Levi Shones. He ends up 39th, so points didn't really change in the top 2 after this. So now let's go look at those point standings. So after 7 races, 7 winners, here are the points standings. Patrick Smith still has the points lead by 21 points over Levi Shones, so nothing really changed there. And Derek Hamill's now closed in. He's only 70 points back in 3rd. Max Anderson is 4th, and Alex Stewart is 5th. Brayson Collins, your highest winner in points. He's 6th. John Gambit is 7th. Robert Hernandez in 8th and 9th. Tim Gary and Joe Sandrovich rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20 points. See your winners right now. Brayson Collins is 6th in points. Justin Heath, your Daytona winner, is 12th in points. Marcus Sachi, your Bristol winner, is 16th in points. Tyler Lyman, your Chicago winner, is now 19th in points. And now the other below 20th. Steve Larker is 21st in points. Jeff Bright is 23rd in points. JT Hanley is 28th in points. Right now, all those 7 drivers can use their victories, but Hanley is on the cusp of being able to use his victory or not to get into the chase. He is only 2 positions above the cut line. And then some drivers down here. Kyle Hunter having a dismal season. Eli Bright, someone we didn't expect to see down there. He had 3 wins last season and just struggling this season in that 52 car. Isaac Nichols, your Iraq champion. TJ Hanley, the guy who's finished runner-up 2 seasons in a row to the championship. Not having a season he wants. Jason Larker, Cole Luigi, Tim Randolph, Michael Canto down here. Hopefully they can try and turn their seasons around with a victory or 2. So the next race, we're going to be going road course racing, the Finger Lakes 200 at Watkins Glen. See you guys then.